Peace, infinite waters diving deep. Once again, we are out here, baby, in the heart of nature. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana. 10 simple ways to stop caring what people think. I have a lot of people writing to me saying that people are poking their nose into their business. And it's getting really annoying. Because we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? You better eat your breakfast first. Now I'm going to share with you what's helped me along my journey to stop caring what people think. I used to really care what people think. And a lot of people say, just don't worry about it, Ralph. Just don't worry about it. No, I am worrying about it. And I'm going to share with you 10 simple ways to really stop caring what people think and how it's helped me become my greatest version. Why we're growing so much right now, okay, baby? The first simple way to stop caring what people think is to, you got it, admit that you care. If you say, I don't care, I'm not worried what they think about me, chances are you've just brushed it aside and you haven't taken a closer look. You've created a lot of resistance. Resistance makes stronger. So along my journey, if someone said, Ralph, I don't like what you're wearing. I don't like how you talk. I don't like how you look. Oh my God. Like, I used to say I don't care. Then I said, actually, wait a minute. Let me take a look at this. So admit that you do care. And then, by admitting you do care, you release resistance. Okay? When people say, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, you create a lot of resistance. Resistance makes stronger. Slow motion that side. Someone said I only do it this side, so let's do it this side. Slow motion this side. Slow motion. Right? Admit that you do care. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, once you have admitted that you do care what this person thinks, now you have to ask yourself, what is it highlighting within me? Like, what is it bringing out of you? Put a glass of water on the table. If it's full, if you bang the table, water is going to come out. Now, if it's empty, nothing is going to come out. Meaning, if you are suppressing certain emotions that they are triggering, you got nothing to worry about. But in most cases, in a lot of cases, when people tell us stuff, if it's really hit a nerve, it means it's highlighting unresolved issues within us. Slow motion this side. Okay? So, along my journey, people would tell me stuff like, Ralph, do you know you can't just go into the garden and make videos? That's not practical. And I was like, I don't care what you think. Wait a minute. Why am I feeling really queasy right now? Because it's highlighting an unresolved issue within me I haven't taken a closer look at. Okay? And then the third step to stop caring what people think is to ask why. That 3-letter word. Why? Why do I care so much what this person thinks? Now, a lot of the times, the reason why we care so much is because we are very insecure. I'm really insecure. You're really insecure too. You see, nobody in this world is pure or perfect. But if you keep judging people based on certain mistakes, you will be left alone. So judge less and love more. I love that line. Okay? So when you ask why do I care so much? Why do I care so much what this person thinks? It often leads to, okay, I need to be validated by this person. Maybe because I still haven't found out who I am. Maybe because I'm still looking for approval. That is probably the number one reason why we care what other people think. But we don't want to say it because we want approval. I want approval. You want approval. We all want to be liked. Now, what I realized, because I started to wake up, my whole awakening process was to say, oh my goodness gracious. Like, how I see the world is very different. I realize we are infinite beings having a human experience. Now, I was surrounding myself with people who, they just probably thought I was crazy because I was talking about like the pineal gland and indigos and crystals, and this is just natural to me. So when people would just change the subject quickly, I was saying, I don't like that. So why do I care so much? Because deep down, I want people I'm around, I want us to have a longer conversation. I want us to have a deep conversation where we are both benefiting from exchanging beautiful, life-changing, inspiring, really inspiring information, right? But you see, a lot of information that we share with people is at the surface level because we care what they think so much. So you got to ask yourself why. And the more you ask yourself why, it goes back to validation, approval, and people pleasing. So now when I talk about indigos and crystals, I got a lot of people around me, like loads. You're one of them. What's the fourth secret to stop caring what people think? Simple way to do it is to ask yourself, who are these people? Now, many times we have people giving us advice. Like, I never give advice. I always say, this is what's helped me along my journey. Like, it may not work for you. It probably won't. Look, who are these people? When people say, oh, I don't like what you're doing with your life, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. Okay, fair enough. It might be your mom, it might be your dad, it might be the cat down the road, or a friend that you only see once a year. But you always got to ask yourself this, okay? What are their true intentions? Are they there to help me, or are they there to harm me? A lot of people, as a psychologist, I'll tell you this, a little trick people do is that they'll tell you, oh my gosh, you don't look like your usual self today. No, that's because they aren't their usual self today. They aren't their usual self today. They are projecting their emotions onto you. Slow motion that side. They are projecting how they feel onto you. But that is not how you feel. How you see me has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with you. How you treat me has nothing to do with me. It's got everything to do with how you treat yourself, baby. So when you say, who are these people? How this helps you to stop caring so much what people think is because you know, okay, maybe they might have a point. Maybe everyone we meet in life can teach us little something. So that's why when people tell me stuff, I don't just dismiss it. We form a case around it to say, okay, does this have a point? Right? But who are these people, first of all? Where were you when all the dogs needed help? Oh, this ain't a Drake song right now, but look, you see, where were you back in the day when I was in the garden doing videos? You weren't there, so you can't tell me anything, right? It's just like me saying to a very famous YouTuber, maybe someone with like over 20 million subscribers, okay? I don't like your intro. Does that even make sense? It's working for him, right? So who am I? Like, who the hell am I? Was I there when he was first starting or she was first starting to share with the world? Absolutely not. So sit back down, right? So when you say, who are these people? Even if it's your parents, you've got to ask yourself, what are their true intentions? Whose life am I living? Am I living theirs or am I living mine? Okay, and that's what I told myself along my journey to say, actually, who are these people? Like, a lot of people just want to poke their nose into your business. They've got a whole lot to talk about. But is it ever positive? Ask yourself that. These people who are telling me to do stuff, is it coming from a constructive place or a destructive place? And a lot of the times it's coming from a tear people down place, which means you have to dismiss them immediately because they aren't there to help you. They are there to distract you from your true life purpose. And ain't nobody got time for that. Can I get a hello? The fifth simple way to stop caring what people think is to stop externalizing your power to other people. Now, we do this all the time. I did it. When I was lost and confused, didn't even know what I wanted to do in life, had no purpose, no mission, walking around like a loose leaf off a branch, right? I would have so many people telling me to do this and do that, and I would just like say, yeah, they know better than me. You see, that's why in ancient Kemet or Egypt, on every temple, it said, know thyself. If you don't know who you are, you will always care what people think. Slow motion that side. Let me repeat that. If you don't know who you are, you will always care what people think. So when I made the video about indigos, crystals, all of these beautiful topics, I knew who I was connecting to. Like, I know the people this channel reaches, and that's why it's growing every single day, right? So if you don't know what you came here to do, if you don't have a clue about your life purpose, we often externalize our power over to other people. Parents, right? They're telling you, look, go and work here. I want you, you should have like got me like 3 grandchildren by now. Come on. Like, what are you, like 38? Come on. Like, a lot of pressure from parents, right? A lot of pressure from so-called friends. A lot of pressure from our society. But society is you and I. So once we judge less and love more, you start to realize that every single person you meet is here for a different reason. And therefore, we have to support people in becoming their greatest version and not tear them down. Okay, so it starts with you. You don't want to start externalizing your power to other people, because most people don't even know what they're doing. Let's keep it quiet. I don't even know. Neither does the cat down the road. But we're here on planet Earth, having a great time. Okay, number 6. The 6th simple way to stop caring what people think is to see their level of awareness. See their level of awareness. Their level of consciousness. I've talked about the 4 levels of consciousness. The drone archetype. Okay? The sleeper, the zombie who walks around. The alchemist. A being who is turning negative energy into positive energy. But before the alchemist, you've got the artist. So the drone, the artist who's expressing themselves, then the alchemist, converting negative to positive, and then the wizard. All 3 of the former, okay? So there are levels to this shit, right? There are levels to this beautiful game of life. Beautiful cosmic dance. If someone tells you, let's just say it's me, for example, I would never tell you this, by the way. Look, I don't think you should be doing this with your life. Then you have to see, okay, where is Ralph's level of consciousness right now? Has Ralph done it? Just say you want to walk like, I recently came across a story where a guy cycled from New York to Florida. It's a really, really inspiring story, right? If I say, okay, don't do that. If I told that guy to not do that, I have to say, okay, what is my level of consciousness right now? Maybe because I don't think it's possible. Actually, I do. Okay? Right? But a lot of people would say to that guy, you can't do it. It's impossible. It took him 18 days, right? He was filming his whole experience. And it was very inspiring because you really get to see what the human spirit can actually do. Now, people who might tell you you can't do something, you can't open up a business, you can't be successful, you can't create a life of infinite abundance. Well, guess what? I did it, and you can definitely do it. But the people that tell you these things, you got to see their level of consciousness, their level of awareness. It's what I call the generation gap, right? A lot of our parents tell us stuff, but we're living in a whole new age right now, in the age of Aquarius, the information age. Meaning, you got to put yourself into their shoes. And that's why compassion is so big. To stop caring what people think, you got to be calm, compassionate, and truthful. Sorry, but I got my own life to live. Thank you so much. Thank you. Right, and then just go about your business. But if you see their level of consciousness, they can only give you as much information as they have. Parents want the best for their children because they have a level of programming which is fine, but it's not what will serve you. They can't go past that, so therefore it doesn't serve you. So that's why you shouldn't care what they think, because once again, they have a programming. Every generation has a certain programming, and a lot of people aren't able to break out of their programming. So any opinion they have is coming from a belief they have. Slow motion this side. Right? I grew up in the church. I'm an infinite being, right? So when I said I don't want to go to church anymore, I just don't want to go anymore. Sorry. Right? There was a huge argument, but in a loving way. And guess what happened? I had to then just be calm about it, compassionate, and say, okay, I get the level of consciousness, right? Someone has a belief system. I don't agree to it. That's fine. But because I was able to put myself in their shoes, I was able to stop caring what they think about me. Let's just say I say, nature is the best place to be, baby. This is my reality. Someone could say, actually, I think a building is the best place to be. That is fine. That's their level of awareness because they've been in that environment for a long time. It's working for them. This works for me. Beautiful. Okay. Now, let's talk about number 7. Now, this is what I call my reality is not yours. Okay? My reality is not yours. 7-day vegan challenge. Let's dive into it. Now, my reality is not yours. Have you seen the film called The Matrix? The Matrix. The Matrix. Go and watch it right now. Great film. What we think is real is different for everybody. Reality is created through our subconscious mind. Meaning, my reality is not yours. We've been led to believe there is only one reality. We call this the consensus reality. But each person is actually creating their own reality. If you walk with a friend to a park, then you go home and then you ask your friend, what did you see in that park? They'll tell you something totally different from what you saw. Oh, I saw Ralph butt naked. I saw the squirrels. 2 different things, right? Totally different things depending on where you are looking. Reality is where you are looking. 7-day vegan challenge. My reality is not yours. I've been a vegan for nearly 12 years. I eat a plant-based diet now. I feel better about myself. I got more confidence and more love energy flowing through me. Now, a lot of people will say, I don't like this plant-based diet lifestyle. I don't want to do it. I like meat and dairy. that's fine. Go and do it. But for me, this is what I share because this is what I know and this is what works for me. I love waking up with a whole load of cucumbers in my mouth, a whole load of strawberries and stuff like that, right? I love eating great food. Papaya these days is what I'm getting my hands into, and it feels great, right? It's okay. There are people who, they're raw foodists, and I even think their reality is a bit strange, but I accept it. Why do I accept it? Because I realize that they are creating their own reality. It's what works for them. I'm a vegan, and this is what works for me, right? So you got to find out what works for you, and to stop caring what people think, always say this to yourself: my reality is not yours. But once you do find your reality being very similar to someone else, then just dance into the sunset and go and make some beautiful babies. Number 8, the 8th simple way to stop caring what people think. Talk to me, baby. There is the 5x5 rule. Okay, if it doesn't matter in 5 years, don't spend more than 5 minutes thinking about it. No, I have the 3x3 rule. If it doesn't matter in 3 years, don't spend more than 3 minutes thinking about it. Why 3, Ralph? Because 3 is a magic number, and I was born on March 3rd, for goodness sakes. Now, a lot of people care what people think so much that they can't stop thinking about what these people have said to them. Like someone might say, oh, you look really fat today, or you look really skinny today. Now, you go home and you start overthinking, you start ruminating on what these people have said. It now ruins your day. But why should it? Will this person's opinion, will you allow it to define you? Once again, go back to who are these people? You see, real friends always support you. If they want to give you advice, they do it in the most compassionate, loving way. They don't tear you down when they give advice. So, when you look at it like this, if these people ain't going to matter in 5 years, if these people ain't going to matter in 3 years, don't spend more than 3 minutes. Should we just make it like 3 seconds? Yeah, don't spend more than 3 seconds thinking about these people. They're not worth it. Maybe if it's someone like really special, like the cat down the road, right? Then maybe you can spend like 3 minutes thinking about it. But if not, spend less than 3 seconds thinking about it, because it's not worth your time. You're better than that. Focus on the people who have always been there for you. Do you know why I can keep sharing all of these videos? Because the love is so phenomenal right now. It's always been, actually. Just look at the comment section of all my videos, right? Look at the numbers, growing and growing and growing, because I'm focusing on the people who have the best intentions for me, and I also have the best intentions for them. So that's why we're gonna go and have a great vegan ice cream right now. See you later. Oh, I'm back. Okay, so let's talk about the 9th simple way to stop caring what people think. Now, I talk about owning your weirdness, right? A lot of people, they don't want to be themselves. Be yourself, because everybody else is taken. Slow motion this side. And that's what's helped me along my journey, to say, actually, I tried to be this person, that person, that person, and that one over there. Just didn't work. Then I said, okay, I might as well be myself, because it's just too tiring. To stop caring what people think, you have to own your weirdness, which in essence is only your authenticity. The reason why a lot of people can't own their weirdness is because they haven't seen it work. They haven't even made any money from their weirdness. Like, at least make some money off your weirdness, like join a circus or something, right? So that's why, going on to number 10, the 10th simple way to stop caring what people think is to prove that your weirdness works. Check this out. Oh, yeah, and we're still going to create abundance. That's how you prove your weirdness works. Now, when I first started sharing with the world, I couldn't do that because I wanted everybody to take me seriously. But once you're growing, it doesn't really matter right now. Right? Why? Because you've seen whatever you're doing works. The results don't lie. The numbers don't lie. So whatever you're doing, you keep doing that. It's just like if you've seen someone they've made millions by just like drawing like maybe a weird kind of art. You might say, oh, that's so silly. Whoa, they just made 20 million off that piece. You better zip it, right? Because you ain't got nothing to say to them, right? It's already proven that it works. Whatever they're doing is working. That's why you should just zip it, right? And that's what's helped me along my journey to really realize that you got to prove it to yourself. And every single day, that's why you got to be in that process of creativity to really find out what it is you are good at, okay? And then prove it that it works. And then that's how you stop caring what people think. Because once people see you are doing things with your life, you're going places, you're traveling, you're hopping on planes, you're going to the beach and drinking a mango juice. Feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? They can't tell you nothing. Have a beautiful day. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. We're out here in the heart of nature. Infinite waters. Diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace. You.